Now, the first thing that's easy to identify is this part right here called the what? What was this called? Septum pellucidum, very good. Now this right here is called the corpus callosum, and it looks like the letter C. Everybody see how it looks like the letter C? Corpus callosum. Okay? And the corpus callosum allows information from the right hemisphere to communicate with information on the left hemisphere and vice versa. This right here is going to be the fornix. Here in white is going to be the fornix. So we have the corpus callosum, septum pellucidum, fornix. Next we have this blue structure right here. Anybody remember what this structure is right here? Choroid plexus, excellent. The choroid plexus produces what? Cerebrospinal fluid, good. So the choroid plexus, cerebrospinal fluid. Now, you can record this. Okay. This term diencephalon. Any part of the brain that has the word thalamus in it is part of the diencephalon. So anything with the word thalamus in it is the diencephalon. So the first place that I would start from when identifying any of this is I would look for this little brown dot right here. Now this brown dot right here is called the interthalamic adhesion. You're not going to have to know that particular part, but you do have to know what it's part of. And it looks like someone took a pencil and circled the area. And this area right here is termed the thalamus. So the interthalamic adhesion is a good landmark to look for to tell you where exactly the thalamus is. So all of this is the thalamus. So is that part of the diencephalon?
Yes.
Yes. So this right here is called the thalamus. Now, there was a prefix we used before earlier on in the semester. We've used it a few times throughout the semester to mean on top of or above, and that term was epi. So this right here is called the epithalamus. So this is all the epithalamus. Because it's above the what? Thalamus. Makes sense, right? This part right here is the pineal gland. Okay, the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is responsible for secreting melatonin. Melatonin controls your circadian rhythms. Your circadian rhythms. What are your circadian rhythms? Your sleep cycles. Okay? So again, thalamus, epithalamus, pineal gland, and again, thalamus. Below the thalamus is the hypothalamus. So this region right here is called the hypothalamus. What's this region called?
Hypothalamus.
Good. Next, we have this gland right here. It's sitting in this little part right here. Now, this is the hypophyseal fossa of the sella turcica. Remember that term, sella turcica? And we see the depression in the sella turcica is called the what? Hypophyseal fossa. Hypophyseal is coming from the word hypophysis. The other word for hypophysis is pituitary gland. And what is that gland number 16 called? Pituitary gland. Okay? So that's the pituitary gland sitting in the sella turcica. This little white thing that you see right here connects the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland. And there are two different names for that. It's called the pituitary stalk. It's also known as the infundibulum. Infundibulum. So I'll spell infundibulum on the board. So what's the name of the structure that connects the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland? Oh my gosh, that was weak. What connects the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland?
Infundibulum.
Oh my gosh. I was appreciative of the extra jump up in the air for that one. But what is the name of the structure that connects the hypothalamus to pituitary gland?
Infundibulum.
Very good. Say in.
Fun.
Fun. Dib.
Dib.
You. Lum.
Lum.
In. Fun. Dib. You. Lum. Whisper it. Infundibulum. Good. So what connects the hypothalamus to pituitary gland? Infundibulum. Very good. Okay. What's the name of the structure that produces CSF? Choroid plexus. Good. What's the name of the structure that produces the majority of CSF? Choroid plexus. What are the name of the cells that produce CSF? Ependymal cells, remember? What are they called?
Ependymal cells.
Very good. Okay, so this structure right here is called the corpus callosum.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you positive?
Yes.
What's this called right here?
Corpus callosum.
What's it called?
Corpus callosum.
What about now?
Corpus callosum.
What about now?
Corpus callosum.
What about now?
Corpus
No, septum pellucidum. You didn't look. What's this called right here? Septum pellucidum. Good. What's this called here?
Septum pellucidum.
No, you didn't
Oh,
look.
I'm sorry, I wasn't looking.
What's this called right here?
Corpus callosum.
Good. This one? Septum pellucidum. What's it called?
Septum pellucidum.
What's it called?
Septum pellucidum.
Very good. What do you call your friend when you're upset with them? Septum pellucidum. Good. What's this called right here?
Corpus
callosum. Septum pellucidum. Fornix. Okay, so what's this? Corpus callosum. Say corpus.
Corpus.
Callosum.
Callosum.
Corpus.
Corpus.
Callosum.
Callosum.
What's this right here?
Septum
pellucidum. Good. What's it called?
Septum pellucidum.
Okay, this one.
Corpus callosum.
Septum pellucidum. Fornix. What's it called?
Fornix.
What's it called?
Fornix.
Say it loud.
Fornix.
Fornix. Okay. What is this blue structure that I like to call choroid plexus?
Choroid plexus.
Good. What's it called?
Choroid plexus.
Good. Is this called the epithalamus?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it called the epithalamus?
Yes.
Yes.
Is this called the pineal gland?
Yes.
Is it called the pineal gland?
Yes.
Are you sure it's called the pineal gland?
Yes.
Are you positive it's called the pineal gland?
Yes.
Are you extra positive it's called the pineal gland?
Yes.
So what's it called?
Pineal gland.
Everybody who has a heart, what's this called?
Pineal gland.
Good. Is this called the thalamus?
Yes.
Is this called the thalamus?
Yes.
What's it called?
Thalamus.
What's this called? Hypothalamus. What's this?
Thalamus.
This.
Hypothalamus.
And what's this one? Infundibulum. Good. What's it called?
Infundibulum.
Good. What's it called?
Infundibulum.
And what's this one called?
Pituitary.
Pituitary gland. Good. So what's this? Hypothalamus, infundibulum, pituitary gland. What's this called?
Hypothalamus.
What's this called?
Infundibulum.
And
Pituitary gland.
what's this called?
Pituitary gland.
What's it called?
Pituitary gland.
Okay. So what's this? Corpus callosum,
Septum pellucidum.
fornix. Again.
Corpus callosum.
Again.
Corpus callosum.
This one.
Septum pellucidum.
This one.
Fornix.
This.
Choroid plexus.
What's it called?
Choroid
plexus.
plexus.
Say choroid.
Choroid.
Plexus.
Plexus.
Choroid.
Choroid.
Plexus.
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 Choroid.
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 Plexus.
Plexus.
So what's this blue thing called?
Choroid plexus.
Good. What's the blue thing called?
Choroid plexus.
Okay, so we got a C-shaped thing on top. I like to call it the corpus callosum. What's it called?
Corpus callosum.
Good. Underneath that, there's a tissue that separates the two lateral ventricles. What's that called?
Septum
Septum
pellucidum.
Very good. Below that is something in white. It begins with the letter F. It ends with an X. What's that called?
Fornix.
Good. What's it called?
Fornix.
Good. So what's inferior to the septum pellucidum?
Fornix.
Fornix. Good. Below the fornix is a little piece of like blue tissue that secretes the CSF. What's that called?
Choroid plexus.
Good. What does the choroid plexus produce?
CS.
CSF. Very good. Is that also found in the subarachnoid space, CSF?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so then we have the choroid plexus. Inferior to that, we have the pink structure, okay, which has a little bulb at the end of it. The bulb at the end of it is called, that's involved with circadian rhythms, which produces melatonin, is called what? Pineal gland. Very good. What's it called?
Pineal gland.
Very good. What's it called?
Pineal gland.
Good. That's connected to a part that's above the thalamus. What do we call that part that's above the thalamus? Epithalamus. What do we call that structure that's below the thalamus?
Thalamus. Oh.
No, below the thalamus.
Oh, hypothalamus.
Hypothalamus. Good. And the hypothalamus is connected to the pituitary gland by the what?
Infundibulum.
Good. What connects the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland?
Infundibulum.
What's my last name?
Costa.
Good. You didn't get that wrong.